And it seems that the Elite 10 have already made their strike with a couple of new members as well. And I got to say, as much as I was saying about Momo like last week and all that, we definitely see that she specializes in one thing that we haven't seen so far yet in the series. And it's definitely one thing that Soma really hasn't shown a specialty in yet. And that's definitely the patisserie section. I got to say, desserts as well. So that was actually a really nice color of her, like kind of like biting on like the little bear, little cat thing that she's got, and it's just like, that was a kind of little adorable thing to see. And apparently she is like the one thing that she specialized, which she was like going against her opponents. It was like, holy shit, you know, they were going against like this, people that specialize in chocolate, and it's like, yeah, they agreed to that because they knew there's two areas that they specialized in, and you got to see like, this is the reason why Momo was so like excellent in this like area. And like, you know, guess what, like I've said this multiple times before, like on the channel, all that, but guess what? One of the main things I focused on when I did 2 years in college, it was cooking, but what section was it? It was mainly it was mainly the dessert section, patisseries, all those kind of things. That's what I focused on, and this is one of the things that makes me a lot more curious about this, because this is one of the things I might say. I've got a bit of the sweet tooth, I can do it. You can see it from the body and all that. Well, that's a little sweet tooth, but it definitely was like the creation of like all these sort of sweet items that you can make, especially with chocolate. It's certainly all this kind of stuff, and what she was making, like this special kind of like marble cake from what it looked like, and I've got to say, that looked goddamn absolutely delicious, like seeing from there, and it looked really well, nicely done, and it was really nicely researched, and honestly, yeah, it was kind of interesting. I hope we get to see a little bit more from her, but she absolutely dominated that entire like showdown right there in Venue D. Like both her and Aizan were absolutely dominating. Even like the thing was like with Aizan when we saw with like Aizawa, he was just like, why hadn't you released me? I lost to Soma, you know, that's it. And he's like, well, you know, you can reflect on your loss, but matter of fact, we still need you to do stuff and all that. You're still useful. And just those pieces of shit from what we got in there is those useless pieces of shit, like 4 new people that we got in there who are potential, like in the top 10, like at least, like all those like 2nd and 3rd years. And I gotta say, they are pretty much big like scumbags and all that. Like they're like the chefs of the current ruling faction of Tosuki. And I gotta say, like I cannot stand like that dude with like the cross on his like the earrings like that, and that one like snarky bitch like laughing like that. I'm like, yeah, these two little assholes. Although there's like one big muscly guy and then another guy, like girl that's like there like covering herself up, and it's like, yeah, these guys just look like pieces of shit. And especially how they're like talking as well down to people. It's like, oh, we'll annihilate you with like what your specialties are, and just unfortunately that's what all of them did. They just absolutely crushed it. And although Soma and Aldini said they wasn't going to get involved at all, they were like, yeah, by the way, we're going to fuck you guys up. I like how like they started going, they just saw this, it's like, oh dear God, no. No, please, no. We can't have this right now. We really can't have this right now. And honestly, it was a nice little thing, because Soma isn't going to take this down. Obviously, we're not going to be challenging Momo, like she's already high for. So we had to see, like, we had to knock these guys down a few pegs. And honestly, we had to see, like, what other people there are right now, because, like, especially as well from what, like, Soma was saying earlier in the chapter, he hasn't ever been getting into, like, contact with Nikumi at all, or, like, Hayama. And I'm wondering, we haven't heard anything from them at all. What happened to them? What happened to Ryo? What happened to Alice? Like, we haven't heard anything of the words around. Is like Alice going to betray everyone? Is she going to go try and get that seat? Because she is one of those potentials right now, and they could be having matches right now, especially with Hayama, and also as well, and it could be like they specialize in meat and also as well, like with the herbs and stuff. So it could be potential that they're in a little battle right now that we don't know about. They could be in some trouble. We don't know. There's a lot of questions being answered yet, like in this chapter. And I've got to say, honestly, it was a really enjoyable chapter for the most part. It was kind of very easy to talk about. There wasn't like so much as it was with last week, when we just had a massive info dump with a bunch of characters going in, where everyone's going into the venues and all that. But Venue D seems kind of challenging so far. Like, honestly, like I want to see what these new guys can do, what they actually specialize in, or if they're just like kind of like, oh, we just specialize in one thing that you hate. And which, that's going to be the problem for like one guy that's going against Soma, because like Soma doesn't really specialize in anything. He just does anything he wants to do. That's the kind of character he is. And I've got to say, very big hype and all that. Really set up Momo. I know a lot of people said I came off very negative with Momo in like kind of the last chapter. Like, I don't really care too much for her design too much like that. But honestly, now that she focuses on one of the things that I love and one of the things I focused on in like 2 years of my college life and all that, like I really do like that. I think, you know, focusing 2 years on that and then focusing 2 years on animal care as well, I absolutely adore that she like focus on something that was near and dear to my heart for like 2 years of my life, and it was definitely something, a very important part of my life, and I really did enjoy that, and I'm glad it's being taken with a lot of care and decency to it. So honestly, I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I think this was a good chapter, good setup to see these new potential guys that could be potential like top 10 elites right now, and I gotta say, they seem pretty goddamn intimidating, but we have to see what the rest is going on these venues right now. But that's all for me, so thank you much for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.